Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that your week is starting off well and you're safe. A lot of crazy stuff going on around the planet right now. In the past half hour or so, the tornadoes in Texas have finally settled down and gone away, but for over an hour, up to 2 hours, there were in Midland, Texas and surrounding areas, many tornadoes touched down. At the same time, in Alberta, Canada, almost the whole province has fires. 90% of the province of Alberta, Canada is under warning tonight that it's so dry that fires can break out at any time, and several small towns have been evacuated. And when I say small towns, I mean where there's like 3,000, 3,200 people in the town, really small towns. But I just send prayers, please, out to Texas, the residents of Texas, and the people in Alberta, Canada. I'm kind of upset with the legislators of Texas, just to be honest. I don't think that a woman who chooses to get an abortion should get the death penalty. It's a new law that was just passed. So it's that now, Georgia, Alabama, and Texas. I just feel like if you're a woman in these three states and you are of breeding age, you may want to consider a move, or lesbianism, or celibate life. Unless you're ready to have kids and you're, whether you're married or not, you have to be ready for it. But I mean, what's next? Seriously. Oh, I'm sorry. You've had a child outside of wedlock. So there's 15 years in jail. Is that what's going to be next? It's getting worse. The polarizations have gotten worse. And I think the more we go into the ascension, the people that are just going to be digging their feet in the sand and trying so hard to hold on to their puritanical BS ideas, the worse it'll get. We're being forced to raise up in vibration. We're being forced now. We have to. We have no choice. And the people that just cannot stand it, they can't stand that high vibe energy, they will be dying off or move to another planet where they can still, try to make laws that rules over other people's bodies, which is completely ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know why people do that. Why people pass the stupidest laws ever. You can't have oral sex. Like, what kind of a law is that? It's like, what is it your business if I did that or didn't do that? Or, it's so stupid. I mean, if India, who had that law in the books for 137 years, just was it now like 8 or 9 months ago, they finally got rid of that law. They said, actually it's unconstitutional. What people do behind closed doors is no one else's business, period. And I agree, whatever you do with your body, it's no one else's business but yours. So, I don't know, I'm very disappointed with the legislature of those three states. And anyone who thinks that they can just write a law to control other people. It's all about control. It's narcissistic abuse. Truth be told. Anyway, I want to move on from that topic, but I don't know. Pray for the people of Texas, but at the same time, if there's something we could do politically for 5 or 10 minutes, sign petitions, write angry letters, whatever, and then let it go, then we should do that. Now I'm going to look into it. I'm certain that KOS, they'll end up sending out a petition in the next few days. I'm sure that the HRC, Human Rights Campaign, or is it Human Rights Coalition? Oh, now I don't know what it is called. Anyway, it's the HRC. They're for equality for all people. So, I don't know. I mean, if a man in Texas gets his tubes tied, if he gets a vasectomy, does he get to get the death penalty? Because he doesn't want to breed? So why should a woman have to get that if she doesn't want to breed at that moment? Who's going to raise the baby if she has it? I don't know. I hope that there's a mass exodus straight the hell out of Texas. And the crazy people want to stay there and have people control them, then they could stay there. And my friend Philip, who I love with all my heart, he lives there right now. And I'm sorry, Philip, I'm so worried about you and the situation of the tornadoes, but I'm so angry honestly, about this law. And I know you agree with me on it. I'm not pro-abortion. I'm just choice of freedom for your own body. You know what I mean? Well, guess what that means? All the surrounding states near Texas that have abortion as a legal thing, people will be traveling and taking a vacation to places like New Mexico. Yep, that's true. People will be flying all over the country to get abortions now, legally. It's so ridiculous. The whole thing is so ridiculous. And then there's always a morning after pill. Is that outlawed too? Condom breaks and you weren't ready? I could go on and on about this for 6 hours, so I think I'm going to stop right now. But I wanted to tell you guys something weird. On the Why So Serious 2 channel on YouTube, she checked the NOAA weather alerts and NASA sites. She always looks about what's going on with the sun and whatever. Well, right now, that sunspot that I mentioned, I've been affectionately calling it Fifi instead of the series of letters and numbers the scientists gave it. Well, Fifi is now a gash across the face of the sun, 220,000 kilometers wide. That is big enough to put in 20 Earths. It's that big. So there was a massive sinkhole caused by this weekend's last coronal mass ejection that came out of that. Fifi. Yeah, it was I think in Russia, I have to re-look at it again, but I think I heard it was in Russia. 100 feet across sinkhole, just out of nowhere, boom, bam, huge sinkhole. And then these huge fires in Canada, and then the tornadoes in Texas. And tornadoes in Texas, that's common. Happens. It's Tornado Alley. Oklahoma, Texas, all the way up through Minnesota, Iowa, all those states. It's normal to have tornadoes. In Sacramento a few weeks ago, that's not normal. Not having tornadoes, it's not normal. In California and where I used to live, that burned down. That we had a hurricane on land, they called it, 200-mile-an-hour winds. That's not normal either. When I saw the footage today from Alberta, Canada, I did see a rainbow above the clouds. So if anyone is listening from Alberta, be prepared for earthquakes. In case, it didn't look like cumulus clouds necessarily, but that fire rainbow. Sorry, not fire NATO. That's what happened in paradise. But the fire rainbows that are above clouds now, they're like an early warning system for earthquakes. Weird connection. But a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, weather-wise. And yesterday my internet was out. Only two devices out of 5 could actually pick up the internet. My TV couldn't pick it up, and it was like 6 feet away. My cell phone and my son's cell phone could pick it up, but my old cell phone could not. My computer could not. We couldn't get the internet. It was so weird. But the internet was working. It kept saying it's working, it's on, but nothing would work. Old Wise Hermit just had a bunch of things go on with his, he just tweeted about it. I didn't read the whole tweet, but he said, I was just looking into the Majestic 12 documents and all the ET and UFO information that he's been meaning to look into for a while. And he sat all the stuff before him. He's getting ready to read it. And he turned around and all the lights were blinking and things were going crazy on his cell phone. It's like, that's about right. I felt someone standing behind me in my room today as I looked out the window. We had massive storms here in Ecuador, hail, rain, whipping wind. Normally we don't have like that. Usually it's just normal, gentle rain. But it was a pretty massive storm for like many hours, almost the whole day, in fact. I didn't even see the sun, not in maybe 2 or 3 days now. And our little creek that turned into a creek, then turned into a proper river, today became a torrential, raging river. And it was churning up so much mud from underneath it. It was like brown water just going rapidly. And it's still, right now, tonight, going very rapidly. So, and even in spite of the big ditches next to the river, there was still like a little bit of a flood in the street today here. So a lot of storms. The problem with the solar flares when they break off from the sun, they're now hitting our magnetosphere. But because there's been so much super strong solar activity, the magnetosphere has a big crack in it. So not only do we have a crack in the sun, we also have a crack in the magnetosphere of Earth, and we are receiving a lot of energy from the sun. We're being forced to spiritually grow. The Russian scientist, as I mentioned already a few days ago, they did say that when the gamma rays from the solar radiation hit us, and it could go through the whole planet, it could go through all the houses and metal and concrete and everything. Whether the sun releases a flare that hits the other side of the earth and you're in the nighttime, it still goes through in a matter of minutes. So we're all being bombarded at once, no matter where on the planet we are, no matter if it's day or night. Russian scientists said that we are being transmuted by the gamma radiation from the sun, especially from the solar flares. And it's instantaneously. We're at the tail end of the identity crisis phase, and we're almost out of that. And then we're going to start turning towards love relationships and all that went wrong. So I think I'm feeling Tuesday or Wednesday that's going to happen, but I'm not really sure. When it happens, when we get hit by that energy, I will let you know. I expect it this week, but who knows? Maybe we'll get a break. We are at 99 on the Ascension Symptoms Scale today, the maximum amount we could possibly have, which means you might be feeling lethargic, tired, dizzy. You might be having problems with your immune system. We're still in the process of healing our immune system and upgrading it to the crystalline form. So we're still going through illnesses. We're reliving moments from the past. We're going through self-identity crises while we're also dealing with intestinal and stomach and pancreas and internal organ from the gut area, or any kind of problem with the internal organs. This week is the week to deal with it and to find out where those illnesses come from, what emotion, what psychological trigger or trauma. So a lot of people are being forced to spiritually grow. It is triggering a lot of people. There have been angry outbursts all over the world. They don't understand. There are people that are still asleep and they're having these ascension symptoms, and it's frankly scaring them. If you witness any of this, you might want to approach a person after they've calmed down and say, hey, guess what? There's this weird thing happening to humanity. Tell them to watch or listen to Metaphysical Soul Speak, the podcast, or any number of YouTube channels I've told you guys about over the past several months. People are going to start to freak out over this when they don't know what's happening. And then when they realize it and they start waking up to it, the same way you might have when you learned about the ascension, the same way I did, boy, I was freaking out. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I've been waiting my whole life for this. And then after a while, I just thought it was BS and it was never going to happen. Even though I've been like working towards it still, I just thought, maybe I'm just fooling myself. It was the Flights of Fancy of Ruth Montgomery where I first got the original idea. But no, it's real. It's real. It's really here. A lot of people are still asleep, though. Most of us out there, most of those people, probably not us on this podcast right now listening to me, but most of the people out there are still asleep. And when you tell them, I've had a lot of people wake up just by having a conversation. People are going, whoa, really? Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Oh, I just can't wait to leave the 3D plane. And it's like, honey, you've already left. We're in the 5D already. You just were not aware. You know, missing something like this, it's gotta feel weird. Like, how did I miss all that? I don't know. I thought I was getting old, or I thought I changed my diet, or maybe it's my stressful job. I mean, what are the excuses people must be giving to all these insane ascension symptoms we've been having? You know, from dizziness, lethargy, falling asleep at the drop of a hat. One moment to heart palpitations and tinnitus so bad. Standing in the sunlight, receiving the solar rays so strong and intense that you go deaf for a minute and possibly blind for a minute. I mean, that's happened to me a couple times. How is this not happening to the sleeping people? How would they not be freaking out? Anyway, so just be patient and kind. And be bold and brave in your explanation. Just say, look, humanity's going through this whether you believe it or not, whether you were aware of it or not. You've been having these symptoms too. You just weren't aware. What did you blame your symptoms on? You're drinking? Now that you know we're going through ascension, you can start drinking more. I know a lot of people probably will. Oh, that's what's happening? Oh, God, I need a martini, right? Where's my bottle of wine? Oh, I think I need to hit the bong. This is too much. I mean, serious. Like, how are people going to react? So just be gentle and kind with people. So anyway, I'm going to get into the Schumann resonance, then we're going to get into tonight's show. Yesterday, I was unable to get on the internet on my other phone, so the one where I read the Schumann resonance from, because I can't do it simultaneously on one phone, ironically. They might be smart, but they're not multitasking smart. So yesterday evening report, well, actually the whole thing from yesterday, 8 in the morning on the 19th, it says, UTC time, by the way. Apart from a brief interruption from 16 to 19 of yesterday, the activity has been continuing for more than 24 hours. The peaks in the last 12 hours were almost continuously between 15 and 25 hertz. At 7 UTC instead, we are seeing a considerable increase in amplitude with a powerful spike that has reached 69 hertz. After the peak of 69 hertz, the situation immediately normalized for about 2 hours at 10:10 UTC. Another sudden spike reached 46 hertz. After this, the amplitude returned to normal values since 12 UTC. That was the evening report from yesterday. Now, today, the morning report, 10:30 UTC time on the 20th of May, says, massive activity in progress. The movement started decisively just before 5 a.m. with a peak at 34 hertz. From 6 UTC time, the amplitude has exceeded 40 hertz and is still above the threshold. After a peak at 6 a.m. reaching 60 hertz, it continued to increase until it reached 81 hertz at 9:30 a.m. UTC time. shit, God, that totally explains why I had dreams. I had a dream that I witnessed a plane fall from the sky and blow up the plane and also a neighborhood. That was a dream I had. My son had a dream of a terrorist attack. I'm not going to say where or how it happens. I don't want to give anyone any ideas or even put it in the atmosphere. But I couldn't believe. I never have dreams like this, ever. I don't have disaster dreams, not anymore. Many years ago I did. And my son never, ever dreams like this either. We don't particularly watch violent things on TV. Unless you consider The Crazy Ex-Girlfriend violent. It's a crazy show, but it's not like that, not like those kind of things. So the dreams were just, while the spike was spiking so high, I was dreaming stuff like this. And I felt almost like a prophetic dream, or I don't know, but it could just be a venting dream. It might have been a fear I was not aware of. So if you guys are starting to have crazy dreams, it could be a fear that you weren't aware that you had from your past, from your subconscious mind, and it's just getting rid of it now. Usually it's a venting dream. Be grateful it's gone. Take a big, deep breath and let out a sigh of relief. Glad that's over. So, anyway, it says at 10:30 UTC time in the morning, after reaching... Oh, it says 10:30 in the morning, but I think that's probably the evening report, to be honest with you. But it says, after reaching the maximum value at 9:30 UTC, it took 4 hours to the amplitude to gradually return to normal values. In total, the activity today lasted 10 hours from 4 to 14 UTC. Not bad, right? We had 24 hours of activity and then 10 hours the next day. I mean, that's pretty significant, I'd say. Anyway, guys, I am going to channel Archangel Michael for a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed. I really need the rest. Still ascension symptom sick from ascension flu. And I started taking these anti-parasite meds just as a matter of course, just to clean my system out, just in case I didn't have any issues. I just thought, well, we'll take the pills. My son, actually, it's his idea. Let's take the pills, Mom. We got to do it every 6 months, every 3 to 6 months. It's what is recommended when you live in Central and South America. So I'm like, sure, yeah, you know what? Let's go do that. So we got the pills. One day in it, we both got so sick with the stomach flu. And now we're on this pills that we can't stop. And the pills, when you take them, have been making me hallucinate. And my son were just hallucinating. I keep seeing like a cat out of nowhere. I don't know if it's a spirit ghost cat. I saw a beetle on my bed that wasn't there. Blinked my eyes, it's gone. I'm like, okay. I don't know what that is. If it's just an ascension symptom or if it's the pills, and also being sick at the same time. It's been crazy. It's my son, he says he keeps seeing stuff out of the corner of his eye too. But we're both on the same pills. So, I don't know. The marble in my bathroom, I saw 10 faces I didn't see there before. And I swear they were looking at me. And it's just like this, it's almost like it's sparking the natural lysergic acid, the LSD that is in our brain. That's naturally there. That's why the drug LSD works, because we've got the lock and the key for it. So, LSD unlocks those parts of your mind that you normally wouldn't see in the ultraviolet range or higher frequencies. But also now that we're ascending, we're also seeing those automatically. We don't need drugs anymore. It's like we're being on drugs all the time. But yeah, I'm just seeing stuff I didn't see before. And it's like, oh man. It's almost like a freebie. So part of me is like going, woohoo. And the other part of me is going, oh man, I can't wait till this is over. 2 more pills and I'll be done. It's just a 3-day thing. It's 2 pills a day for 3 days, but it's a rough 3 days every time we go through this. But hey, better than having parasites, right? All right. Let the little commercial play. It's like for 1 minute, and then I will be back with Archangel Michael. He had some messages for humanity. I'm just going to channel what he has to say. I'm not going to question and I'm not going to interview him. It's just going to be a direct message from Michael. All right, I'll be right back. Hey you, have you ever thought about having your own podcast like me? Was it even a New Year's resolution? For me, it sure was. But as I've been looking into this for months, I was daunted. There's so many questions I had. When I was trying to get this off the ground, I was wondering, how do I record the episode? How do I get it across all the platforms? How do I get my podcast on Apple Podcasts when I don't even have an iPhone? How do I get it onto Spotify and all the other places? How do I get people to listen? And how do I make money from my podcast? How do I edit it? Oh my God, I had all these questions and I was so confused until I discovered the simple answer is Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and it is ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you could get paid to podcast. All you need to do is record it. You don't have to go out and look for people to advertise on your show. They help you. So basically what I like about podcasting is I don't have to have a video of myself. You don't know if my hair is dirty or if I'm still in my pajamas or even if I'm wearing makeup. Haha. And it's so easy. I could do this from the comfort of my own home in my living room using this amazing app right from my cell phone. So easy, right? So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money, by the way, doing it, please go to anchor.fm/start. That is anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters that are already using Anchor. Again, that's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast and I can't wait to favorite you. Woohoo! Let's be broadcast podcast buddies. I'll see you there. All right, guys, I am here with Archangel Michael. I did a quick meditation. I connected with his energy and he said to me, imagine that we are surrounded by my cobalt blue colored cloak of invisibility, and it surrounds us on every side, all around us, the top of us and below us, like a big blue ball, like a bubble. And we are inside of it, and we are 100% invisible to negative forces, and we are safe and secure. All right. This is Archangel Michael, and he is going to speak now. Welcome to humanity. I hope that many of you are able to hear my message that I have to say to you tonight. It's very important. You have been going through a lot of changes lately. I hope you guys can't hear that alarm in the background. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Okay, it's done. It's nice to be inside this cloak of invisibility, but it's just too bad it's also not a cone of silence. Archangel Michael's laughing at that. Okay, back to the channeling. Okay. So he said, you have been going through a lot of earth changes lately. And I know that they've been hard. All of heaven is watching you. We're waiting with bated breath. We are so excited for you. I know you've heard these words before from other people that have channeled us, as well as Elena channeling other people. But it's so, so true. We are so excited for humanity. And we know that these birth pains, literally you are birthing a new world. And as you do such, it's extremely hard. It's difficult. But know that all of the archangels are with you, as am I. You can always ask me to use my cloak of invisibility on the moments or occasions in which you don't feel safe. And feel free to ask me to use my sword to cut away any dross that you need me to cut away from your aura, your mental body, emotional body, and also to cut cords and ties from other people. Now is not the time to meld your energy with other people. Now is the time to stand strong and become the warriors for God that you are. Become like I am. I am a warrior for God. I'm not saying to do what I would do or act like I would act. And please don't do that. Don't act like other guides or gurus or teachers or spiritual beings, because the fact of the matter is you are sovereign individuals. You are really important. Your personality, your words, your wit, your body, everything about you is unique and special and currently needed in the universe. Now is the time to discover your power, your innermost power, and your innermost desires. Now is the time to bring forth that which will make you truly shine with the light of 1,000 suns. You are God's in the making, and you need to make it happen. I have some messages for you in regards to what's coming. After you are going through the identity issues and clearing all of that, you will then enter into the second set of chakras. Some of this stuff might be very difficult for you, depending on your own personal circumstance. We are at this point in heaven. The angels are surrounding you. We are sending extra love and light. Keep your cords and ties cut. Keep your energy fields clear. Drink lots of water. Meditate a lot. Sleep if you must. Pray if you must. Focus on feeling us near you and with you, and know that at no time should you ever consider giving in to feelings of hopelessness, despair, loneliness, or depression, because they're temporary. It's part of the ascension right now. We're worried for what potentially could happen. So please be aware. Please keep reminding yourself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. I am not to be afraid in this moment. I am not to judge my future based on this moment. This too shall pass. Keep saying this to yourself, because when these feelings come, they might be for some of you very strong. Archangel Raphael is here to help with all emotional stuff. Any medical issues that might arise. Any sorrows that seemingly want to overtake you. Ask Archangel Raphael to help. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel are here to add more extra light and knowledge and insight. And if you feel so inspired to write poetry at this time, that could be a good outlet, or journaling, or vlogging, as you people say. He's saying, it's kind of like the energy. I don't think he said as you people, but he said, as the people say these days type of energy. And he's kind of smiling at this. So basically, if you want to make a YouTube video instead of writing something down, you can do that. As long as you're doing something creative to get the feelings out of you, and if you admit it to other people also, that's something. Okay, back to Archangel Michael. I just had to get comfortable. My back is hurting. Where my wings should be. I need my wings. Are you guys angel wings where your wings should be? If you had angel wings, the upper middle part of your back, is that hurting? That's part of the current symptoms, by the way. Okay. All right, Michael, we're back. Sorry, I had to readjust. He says that's quite okay. And it's funny you should bring that up. It's quite apt, in fact. The angel wing part of your back, he likes that reference. That is where a lot of deep memories of lost love, unrequited love, times in which you were disappointed, scared, forgotten, lost, whether it was physically or emotionally. All of those types of feelings are stored in the very back part of your heart. The opposite side of your heart is your spine, your upper part of your spine, just behind your heart and a little bit above. A lot of people will be having physical pain in this area to remind them that there's something in their past they have forgotten and they need to work on, so that they could free the energy and allow the energy to go on its merry way while you go on yours. Now, not only are these things coming up soon, but also big calamities are possible. Earth changes. It's most likely that you are not on the timeline where it's going to be the worst if you're listening to this show. But nonetheless, all the angels of heaven are urging you to always be prepared. Carry a gallon of water in your car. Carry dried food, such as nuts, in a sealed container or a sealed bag. Anything that's going to help you to survive for several days in a situation if you need it. We're not saying that you'll definitely need it, but we're saying be prepared. There are a lot of wild card factors out right now, but the people that are awake and of the light are going to have it less than the people who are still asleep, for they need it the most. It's the energy of sometimes calamity and disaster that can bring out the finest qualities in people, even the most stubborn people. And that is what we seek. We try to find the people who are waking up and they have those finer qualities, and we rush to their side and we aid them. And that's why we are always lately contacting the light workers, so that you can all understand. You're needed, you're important, you're warranted. We need your help. Even if you don't consider yourself a light worker and you kind of consider yourself someone who maybe stands in the back of the room watching the activity in the center of the room, it's time to jump in. Help out where you can. If you're shy, if you're, he's saying the word diminutive, I think. Like if you shrink yourself, he says, okay? So if you shrink yourself, you're like a wallflower. You always sit in the back because you're afraid of what people might think. or you're an empath and an introvert, now's the time to shine. Find your inner extrovert if you need to, if need be. We will help you, so ask and call upon the archangels and your holy guardian angel at any given time. So carry the water and the food in your car. Carry the supplies that you would need, including a blanket, space blanket, anything that you think that you would need if you were stranded outside your home for 3 days. Okay, Archangel Michael, I have a question about that. Does that mean the 3 days of darkness is coming? So he's like trying to get clarification. Yeah, like what the lady at Fatima said. He's showing me kind of an energy of a, I don't know, it was like an energetic tornado. But I don't understand what that means. Almost like a rainbow tornado. He said a lot of energy is coming our way. It's going to be wiping out how we feel and think about ourselves when it is negative, the opposite of what we need to feel and think. This energy wave is going to wipe us out. Literally, like as if a cloth is washing your head clean. This energy wave, it's almost like taking a bath in light. We will no longer have negative emotions. He said some of you will have calamities of sorts, such as an earthquake or a fire, or he's saying even like what we've been talking about with the really intense storms. A lot of people have already gone through the forest fires in Kilauea and the natural disasters that were pretty big. But for the most of you, it's not going to be that bad. Especially if you're listening to this, you are awake usually. Okay. I felt a moment of silence. I don't know. I'm being bombarded by massive amounts of energy right now. Archangel Michael, are we done talking for right now? He said yes. Is there anything else you want to tell humanity? I just want to say that please use your intelligence and do your best to stay safe out there. Bring the best you that you can possibly be to the table. Act as if you are getting ready to meet God at the divine tabernacle, at the table, that you are getting ready to sup with him, break bread with him, drink wine with him. You and every one of you who are out there that are light workers deserve a place at the table of God. Is that it? He just stopped abruptly and all of a sudden his energy left me for a minute. He's sitting here like, that was it? Really, that's it? He says, I love humanity. I wish you all good luck and Godspeed. Okay. All right, he's giving me a hug now. Oh, I love you, Archangel Michael. Okay. Whew. He's a hot angel, boy. He's good looking. I could see him in my mind's eye. I can't see when I do channelings, as you know. I do not see the beings with my eyes, only if I close my physical eyes, in my third eye, my mind's eye, I could see them. He appears to me as having like a big gold breastplate over his chest. But somehow I know he has like these rippling, 12-pack abs underneath. He has big arms, like muscular. And his hair is kind of like he appears to me as kind of a sandy blonde, kind of brown hair with blonde highlights. Like he's a surfer dude in the sun type of look, but very clean shaven, chiseled jaw, chiseled features. And his eyes are blue-green, kind of. But he appears to different people in different forms. Not different forms, but, as far as his coloring is concerned. Some people see him with dark brown or black hair. Everyone has a different vision of him. Just like God, just like a lot of the people that we channel, they might change their form of manner of dress or something to make you feel comfortable and familiar. When you're a channeler, they will do that. So, to be honest with you, I was in such a deep trance there that I don't actually know what I said, and I think I might have stopped speaking 2 times. How I channel is I do not allow the being to take over my body and speak through me. I use psychic mediumship, where I can hear the spirits, and I use telepathy when it's not the spirits and it's not someone who's crossed over. In the case of Archangel Michael, he is one of the 4 archangels that are very well known. They've been mentioned throughout the Bible, the Torah. Even in the Quran, I think Archangel Michael is mentioned. Gabriel for sure is. And they just are here to serve humanity. Well, they're here to serve God by helping humanity, basically. And Archangel Michael is a warrior angel. He has been known for kicking the butts of demons, basically. If you've never seen the movie Michael with John Travolta, oh my gosh, I highly recommend it. Great movie. Cute movie. I remember the year it came out, its opening day was on Christmas Day, and it was packed, completely sold out. We got the last tickets, my first husband and I, and we went and saw it together. And, beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. So, I hope that this helped you guys. I hope this was a good message. Shocked me when he said the word tabernacle, and now I feel like I have to go look that up. Does it mean table? Does it mean altar? Is it something kind of in the middle between a table and an altar? Tabernacle. He used some ancient words there at the end. Sometimes when I channel, I'll hear what they're saying, or I'll see what they're showing me, because sometimes spirits and angels will talk in emotion, and they'll talk in pictures. So like I'll see an actual table, or I'll see a cloud, or whatever it is that they're trying to convey, and then I have to put it into words. So sometimes 2 channels might sound similar because those are words that come out of my head based on the imagery that the person is showing me. So it's not always a perfect thing. I mean, what's more perfect is Archangel Michael came here, got physical and solid, and told you directly, but that doesn't happen. That's why we need channels. So, just take it with a grain of salt. Use your discernment. You could probably pick out what came from me based on a picture or image that he was showing me and what came from him. The word tabernacle did not come from me because I don't know truly what that means yet. All I know is I've read it in the Bible and I've heard it my whole life. And then there's the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, which, well, they're excellent. I'm not Mormon. I'm not even a Christian, actually, but they have got beautiful voices. They're very talented. So it's the only thing I know about that word. It's very weird. Anyway, I am being overwhelmingly bombarded by this energy right now, and I feel that what Archangel Michael said in the beginning, what I remember, is that the energy is going to start working on healing our heart. I feel like my heart chakra is starting to get activated right now. I think that is already starting. I expected it by Tuesday or Wednesday, and well, I guess that's tomorrow, so it's starting a little early in me, possibly. And right now I'm feeling a vibratory, like my heart chakra is vibrating. It feels like I have a miniature cell phone in the center of my heart vibrating. Like someone's calling me and it's like, that's what it feels like right now. It's kind of uncomfortable, but also kind of pleasant. And it's vibrating the center of my spine as well. My friend Philip did say that he was feeling these vibrations like that in his bones. And it does. It feels like the phone. It's almost like someone left a cell phone inside you. And your bones start to vibrate. So when this starts to happen, don't be afraid. Just kind of breathe into it and accept the energy and know that it's packets of light being delivered to you. It's instructions, further instructions. And you're going to instinctively know what to do. We're not being handed a manual saying, here's your ascension manual. Although I think there might be a book out called that now. Lots of people are getting download information. A lot of people are writing books right now. Again, use your discernment. A lot of people are just going to take advantage to make money. A lot of people are genuinely here. More often than not, they're genuinely here, like me, to help. But, yeah, I don't know if you feel this energy. I am overwhelmed by this energy I'm feeling right now. Like I'm almost seeing like a pale violet and a turquoise and an emerald green, cobalt blue, and pink. Those are the colors I'm getting right now. Again, I don't see it with my eyes. I don't have quantum vision with my physical eyes. It's just inside my third eye, in my pineal gland, because it's very active right now. All right, God is telling me to tell everybody to just be at peace, rest well. When you don't know what color to focus on white light. White contains all colors and manners of light, and it will distribute it. So put it through your heart chakra, and it will distribute it according to where it needs to be. And if it's white light, it could be fractaled into various colors. So if you really need red energy in your root chakra because you're not vibrant and healthy and vital enough, pull in white light and you will get the red energy where you need it. That's what God is telling me right in this moment. Your energy, he's saying that your energy fields need to blend with the fields of the universe. Whoa. So your energy fields now have to start blending with the fields of the universe, not just on the planet. The physical planet Earth is breaking up. Now I'm singing the song. Are you giving me that song? Okay, God is now saying, sing it. Breaking up is hard to do. That's what he wanted me to sing to you guys now. He doesn't want you guys to be afraid because he has things under control, even though things look like they're out of control. Anything else, God, you want us to know or say? Oh, I just got very, very, very dizzy. He said that's what's going to happen when you start blending your energies with the energies of the universe. I just started seeing layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of electrical pattern grids in every direction around me. He's showing me in particular of pale blue, a turquoise, and a magenta, but it's like a hot, vibrant, the magenta, it's almost like the fuchsia in the plants called fuchsia, but it's way brighter and more electrical. Oh, but we get to keep our bodies? It sounds so crazy. Okay, so God is showing me that there's layers, and they're like at once a woven cloth type of layer and also a grid pattern of energy. And he says, think of these as your foundation garments from now on. Okay, God, foundation garments are like underwear and bra and like, maybe, I don't know, jockstrap. I don't know what you guys do. Socks, maybe, I don't know. He says, from now on, the universe is your foundation. Okay. He's saying, remember the pattern on the trestle board. This is truth about the self. All the power that ever was or will be is here now. I am the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. Through me, its unfailing wisdom takes form in thought and word. Yeah, okay. From the exhaustless riches of its limitless substance, I am guided moment by moment along the path of liberation. Yeah, these are the words. Look up the pattern on the trestle board. And he says, think of Malkuth, which is the foundation. But while you think of that, you're resting on the foundation. Think of beauty in your heart. Beauty is in your heart. The center of the tree of life in the Kabbalah is yellow, and it says beauty. And that is right in the center of your chest. That's where you're to put all sunlight energy from now on. Yes, from now on. The meditations before were just trying to get you adjusted to where you needed to be, and now it's directly in the heart. Your heart is like your second brain, and in many ways it is your first brain. There are in your physical body, there are neuronal connections. The same tissue that's in your brain is in your heart, and, by the way, in your gut. But now we're focused on the heart from now on. Okay, God just said for the next 5 days, it's going to be about the heart, baby. That's where we're going. That's fast. This is rapid. I thought we were going to have maybe a 2 or 3 day break. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the weary-minded either. Thanks, God. God and I joke around a lot with each other. Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, what else? Like they say on that popular TV show, winter is coming, but replace the word winter with God. God is coming. And I embrace each and every one of you, my children. I love you very, very much. In these days, I wish you only to be in peace. Don't worry about what is to come. Stay present and centered in the current moment. Lay your foundation where it belongs in the universe, in the universal flow of life and light energy. When you are in the universal flow of light and life energy, there's where you'll find your happiness, because there is in the present moment. There's nothing bad in the past that hurt you, because you're not there, you're here. There's nothing in the future that did not happen, love-wise, career-wise, money-wise, or otherwise, because that did not happen yet. You're here in the moment of presence with me. I am. He's just saying to breathe in. Breathe in the present moment. No matter where you are. Take many moments a day. He says, here's a good one. Every time you see the color white, from now on, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and breathe in the I am presence that you are. And I am. Say these words. I am that I am that I am. Let that resonate and permeate every cell in your being, and that will clear out negative cellular memories from this point forward. These words are powerful and strong. Do not misuse them. He says, that's all I got to say about that. Basically, he's saying my words. He says, that's all. I love you all. Do not worry. Okay. All right. He just gave me a private message, but okay. Thank you. All right. Well, that's all I got to say about that too, guys. I love you. Love each and every one of you with my whole heart. And, you know the drill. Shoot me a message at anchor.fm/metaphysical. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at mermaidgirl888. When I get up my Metaphysical Soul Speak accounts, I will let you know. I'm very slow on this because I'm a one-woman band over here. And the band has been sick this week, so... oh, gosh. Anyway, shoot me a message. Feel free to comment, write, I don't know, ideas for upcoming shows. Contact me if you wish. If you want to donate via PayPal, you may do that. And it's all the same address. It's metaphysicalsoulspeak@gmail.com. All right, guys, I am signing off now with peace and love and joy and the high vibrations of the holy fifth dimension. I forgot what I was going to say because I was too busy being in the I am presence of literally the holy fifth, or maybe the seventh dimension. I think I'm in the seventh right now. Whew, hope this records. Okay, God just assured me, he said, yeah, the layers are able to connect. As far as cell phones and electronics, it's harder sometimes, but we can connect now from the higher dimensions to the lower because the transition, we needed the communication. So the people that are very high vibe can bring up the other people that aren't yet. We're all in this together. All right. So anyway, from the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, guys. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.